Armies can win without firing a shot. They topple morale, split communities, and rewrite reality by treating minds as battlegrounds. This is psychological warfare, coordinated, often deniable campaigns that target belief, behavior, and trust. Today, we pull back the curtain on how it's done. Psychological operations, PSYOPs, aren't new. In World War I or II, they dropped leaflets behind enemy lines and used shortwave radio broadcasts to sow doubt. During the Cold War, propaganda and black ops shaped entire publics. What's changed is scale and speed. Today, cheap networks, botnets, and manipulated media let state and non-state actors run influence campaigns that move through social feeds faster than any printed leaflet ever could. The mechanics are the same. The platform is different. We can think of modern psychological warfare as a toolkit made of 4 repeatable levers. Each one exploits predictable biases in how humans think and connect. Demoralization. Defeat the will before the battle. Demoralization floods channels with loss-focused material, retreat footage, exaggerated casualty lists, images of surrender. Repetition matters. When people see defeat over and again, emotion hijacks reasoning. Fear and learned helplessness set in. Resistance feels futile long before the first shot. Disinformation and false flags. Rewrite perceived reality. Disinformation constructs a parallel truth. That's forged orders, staged incidents, or doctored images delivered with authority markers, official banners, purported commanders, leaked documents. Repetition and perceived authority make lies feel familiar and therefore believable. Anchors set early stick, later corrections rarely fully dislodge them. Divide and conquer. Fracture the social fabric. Identify existing fault lines, ethnic, regional, ideological, then amplify them. Micro-targeted messages and false insider voices can turn small grievances into protests. Once a local group believes a manufactured consensus, social proof does the rest. People conform, and the fracture spreads into the real world. Perception management. Stage the story you want told. Perception management is theater, staged rescues, selective leaks, or a single vivid image released at the right moment. The first powerful frame becomes the anchor for all later interpretation. Facts after the image are judged by how well they fit that frame. That's why a single photo or clip can tilt public opinion far more than pages of sober reporting. At the micro level, captured personnel are devastatingly effective because the process attacks reality itself. First, harsh conditions and isolation strip away the social anchors that help us test what's real. Cut off from friends, routine, and context, judgment collapses. Next, relentless questioning and clever framing nudge answers into a shape the interrogator wants. Repeated prompts, leading language, and scripted lines turn memory into a malleable thing. And finally, produce the clip, recorded under duress, then edited down to the most damaging sound bites and looped endlessly. What remains is not a full story, but a weaponized image, short, vivid, and emotionally irresistible to an audience that rarely sees the missing context. Under extreme stress, our slow, deliberate reasoning gives way to fast, automatic responses. That makes coerced material look, feel, and sound authentic, even when it isn't. The important civilian takeaway is, a filmed confession is a tool, not proof. Context, provenance, and medical legal debriefs matter more than the raw image. Professional forces don't only use these tactics, they also build protections. Defense is systematic, which is why we talk about it last. What armies teach their people to prevent the psychology from flipping them. 1. Inoculation and pre-bunking. Units are shown the common narrative templates the enemy uses and practice rebuttal scripts. That early exposure, a weakened version of the lie plus a clear refutation, builds mental resistance. It's psychological vaccination. 2. Controlled communications and information discipline. Strict protocols govern what gets shared and when. Centralized briefings and single-source updates reduce the chance that an unverified anchor seeds belief. Discipline around comms is a defensive firewall. 3. Buddy checks and verification culture. Norms are set so the first reaction is report up, not share out. Peers are trained to verify and cross-check before amplification. Social proof becomes protective rather than corrosive. 4. Stress resilience and scenario training. Stress inoculation, rehearsals under pressure, cognitive reframing, and recognition of manipulative hooks keeps slow thinking online when it matters. The goal is to preserve judgment under duress. 5. Rapid counter-narrative and recovery protocols. When a false narrative appears, forces prepare fast, evidence-based counter-messaging, time-stamped footage, neutral experts, forensic checks. For captured personnel, medical legal debriefs and forensic media analysis help discredit coerced messages quickly and publicly. These are the tools: mass demoralization, disinformation, fracture, and staged perception. And at the sharp end, coerced confessions. Armies both wield these levers and train to resist them. Understanding the mechanics doesn't make us paranoid, it gives us leverage. When we recognize the method, we blunt the effect. This was Deceive and Believe. Stay sharp, because manipulation never sleeps.